Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Ruin Snow. Today we're going to have a little fun. We're going to do the top 10 ship cards. Now, at number 10, which we have is Armored Galleon from Portal Second Age. It's an uncommon going for 98 cents. As you guys know, I do not commonly or normally put Portal cards in, but this is the one card that made me, well, let's do the top 10 ship cards. It may not be water, it could be airships, but this card alone made me feel like, let's do the top 10 and put it in anyway because it's a really cool picture. So it can't attack unless the founding player has an island. Well, that's pretty basic. 5 for a 5/4, so that's actually pretty powerful when it comes to a ship. So let's move on to number 9. We got a classic from Apocalypse, Living Airship. It's a common going for just whopping 10 cents on the market. It costs 4 mana for a 2/3 flyer, and that's right, it has cost 3 to regeneration. So this is the reason why it's at number 9 is because, well, it has flying. It's a 2/3, so that's very effective. But the regeneration is 3 mana already on top of the 2/3 flyer. This is killing it. So let's move on to number 8. Next we have is Skeleton Ship from Ice Age. It's a rare going for $3.69 at the time of this video. Well, it's a cool picture anyway. It costs 5 mana for a 0/3, so it might as well just be a wall. And if anytime you control no islands, bury it on top of that. Then put a -1/-1 counter on target creature. Now, this is the reason why it's at number 8. I don't think that's very effective, wasting your time. Even if you're tapping over and over again once a turn, maybe you have an ability to make it untap. Other than that, this is why it's at number 8. So let's move on to number 7. We have Fel Flagship from Ixalan. It's a rare going for 31 cents on the market. And this one's actually a really cool vehicle. It does cost 3 mana for a 3/3 with a crew of 3. Pirates you control get +1/0. Whenever a Fel Flagship deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a card. I think this is actually very effective. I'm surprised it's only 31 cents, and it gives you an opportunity to build a pirate deck with these ships cards. So let's move on to number 6. At number 6, we got the classic Ghost Ship from various sets, starting out as common and now moving on to uncommon with an average price of 12 cents. And the reason why it's at number 6 is because it has that regeneration, just like before. From the Living Airship, this one costs 3 mana as well, but it is 4 mana for a 2/4 flying and regeneration. And the reason why it's here, well, I think it's easier to control because it is a blue card with blue regeneration. So let's move on to number 5. Next on the list is Rashad Airship. Jumpstart or from Mercury Mask. It's a common going for 8 cents on the market. And this was actually kind of effective back in the day when Mercury Mask was around because there's not many decks with flying. And this kind of emphasizes the 3 for a 3/1 flyer and may block only creatures with flying. That's, I think, is really cool because typically it would be like it cannot block. And that's not much about it. So let's move on to number 4. Where we have is Sky Sovereign Council Flagship from various sets being mythic with that's right. $6.71 is the average price right now. Costs 5 mana for this flying. Crew 3 for a 6/5. Oh wow, that's beautiful. On top of that, it's flying. Obviously, you can see in the picture, which is really cool. And when it enters the battlefield or attacks, it deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. What more could you ask for from a flying ship? That's really, really cool. So let's move on to number 3. With next on our list is Skyship Weatherlight. It's from Planeshift. It's a rare, and it's only $2.90 on the market at the time of this video. And well, I actually used this card quite a bit when it was first released on Planeshift. It costs 4 mana. It says when it comes into play, search your library for any number artifact or creature cards and remove them from the game. Then shuffle your library. Pay 4. Choose a card at random that was removed from the game from the Skyship Weather. Put that card into play. So it's kind of like playing extra cards for only 4 mana. That could be very, very effective. So let's move on to number 2. And well, you got another one of my favorites. It's Predator Flagship. It's very set. It's rare, only going for 32 cents on the market. And well, from Nemesis, as the card shows, I was obsessed with this card. I just had to buy them all. I played with them all. Made like 5 decks. Target creature gains flying until end of turn. Pay 5. Destroy target creature with flying. So it's either you can make one of your opponent's creatures with flying and destroy them, or you can just flat out destroy any creature with flying. I thought this was very, very cool. But let's move on to number 1. And well, I went with the classic Merchant Ship from Arabian Nights. It's an uncommon. Because of the set it's from, is $142.47 at the time of this video. Costs 1 mana for a 0/2, so it's like a wall. But hear me out. When it attacks and is not blocked, you gain 2 life. Merchant Ship cannot attack unless an opponent controls islands in play. It is destroyed immediately if you do not control islands in play. So it's like a wall. You keep gaining life, which is very different because it's typically white that gains the 2 life, while blue gains 2 life. And there's so many cards. You can make this card unblockable, pump it up, whatever you want. So I thought when it comes to ships, I think based on its cost effectiveness, this deserved the #1 spot. So this is the top 10 ship, and I hope you guys have a good day and a good evening.